Number two, a theory of life, its story, and its evolving from infinite and limited to infinite and unlimited, or what we might call the unlimited connection. So let's reflect on life for a moment. We might say that the movement of life is from self-aware, limited, infinite unity consciousness to self-aware, unlimited, infinite unity consciousness. So let's talk about what that means and why it's important when we're trying to understand our own evolution and our own journey. If you think about life from how the divine is described, which is in fact another way of talking about life, we can think about three centers, what are called the belly, the head, and the heart. So let's look at life for a second, or the divine. There's a word that we use for the belly center. We all know it. It's called life, or the divine is omnipotent. That means that life, or the divine, is all powerful. It can do anything. There's a word for the head center. It says that life, or the divine, is omniscient, which means that life is all-knowing. But we're going to notice that there is no word for the heart center that's the equivalent. So we have omnipotent for the belly, we have omniscient for the head, but there's no equivalent word for the heart. So in order for us to create that word, which might be omnibenevolent, which would be all-loving, or omnipresent, which would mean that I could be all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-loving, we'd have to notice that there's a limitation. And the limitation is a limitation around the heart, or all-loving. Now, how could that be so? And why can we say that life might be infinite, yet limited? And we can think theoretically why that might be so. And it's very important when we think about what life is truly about, which is to create more life and more love, which is what I think the point is. So why can we say that life is self-aware and can be all-powerful and all-knowing, but not all-loving? And in order to understand that, we'd have to think about the one thing that life can't experience. It could know about it, but it can't experience it. And that is connection, or its relationship. Because if you are everything, the one thing you can't experience is relating to something else. So if life is going to evolve, life has to do something, which it can know because it knows everything. It knows of a possibility and could create because it's all powerful. Life would have to create something that it could be in relationship to, so it could be all loving. So if life is going to evolve, it has to evolve by creating something that is separate and limited. Because if something is separate and limited, then you can have a relationship with it. And if we could have a relationship with it that truly became all loving, then we could say that life is no longer infinite and limited. We could say life is infinite and unlimited, and then a whole new way of playing and joy could begin. To understand all of what that means for us in terms of our own healing and growth, I look forward to our next conversation.